All right, today we're covering a lot. Nearly 21,000 Charlotte students absent after ICE raids, overcrowded detention centers, and missing surveillance footage tied to a new class action lawsuit. Thousands of detainees still unaccounted for, protests growing, new polling showing Trump slipping with Latino voters. Let's get into it. So, this was reported today by WBTV that nearly 21,000 Charlotte Mecklenburg students missed school on Monday. It's not clear whether or not they all stayed at home because of ICE, but Border Patrol went into the city late last week. They arrested over 200 people over the weekend. Charlotte Mayor V. Lyles said that she was concerned about the way ICE was detaining people. Here's a video of some ICE agents pointing a rifle at a woman in a car.
He's breaking the window. He's got an assault rifle pointed at her.
Oh my God. Put the window down. Put the window down.
Can you hear them yelling, put the windows down?
I can't.
He's smashing the window.
So as you can see, only one agent is pointing a rifle. I'm not so sure that's standard practice if it's a life-threatening situation. Anyway, the one guy points a rifle sideways from the top and then breaks the window of the car, and then they pull her out and arrest her. There was a story from 3 weeks ago about how attorneys and human rights investigators were having trouble locating up to 3,000 people that ICE detained. Many of these people are set to be released this week. Many have already been forced to sign deportation papers. This is the issue when there isn't a well thought out process behind these detentions. Keep in mind that at least 20% of the people detained could go free as soon as this week on a judge's order. This is in Chicago. There are also cases of them detaining citizens and letting them go a few hours later. How many of these people are actually the dangerous criminals they said they would arrest? Once they're detained, they face inhumane conditions. At least that's what's alleged to be the case at Broadview, among other detention centers across the country, and not counting what we covered yesterday, which was the abuse at CCOT in El Salvador. And today's story from 404 Media is 2 weeks of surveillance footage from ICE detention center irretrievably destroyed. This is another story citing inhumane conditions at Broadview, extreme overcrowding, lack of sleep, filthy floors, clogged toilets, insufficient food, water, and abusive conduct by federal agents. Anyway, potentially missing evidence from October 19th to October 31st might be useful for this class action lawsuit. This seems consistent with federal government's overall deportation process so far. Really, no rules, nothing's recorded, nothing well documented, just full chaos. Of course, there are now many people starting to protest in Charlotte, similar story to the way things unfolded in Chicago. And in another story from CNN, Trump is not polling well among Latinos, 41% drop from 9 months ago in February. Does this bode well for the future of the Republican Party if any of the future candidates come from this administration, are associated with this administration? How can they rebuild trust if they're only just getting started with these ICE raids in other areas of the country? You just left Chicago, you were in Portland, now you're going to Charlotte, you want to go to New Orleans, they mentioned New York. Well, we will see where this goes, but what do you think? That's all. Thanks.